It's so yeah, I don't want to eat it for some reason. I don't want to eat. I'm like, bro, do not want that.
You guys just came in at the third quarter. Okay. Nice to meet you. I'm Aspen.
Oh, good. Okay. Let's not hate.
Yeah, no.
No, there were a lot of Livingston's there, and there's 20 there's a playoff game. The vibe was not good. I kind of wanted to look at your window because it was a little
Yeah, you don't want to get fought by the fans.
But seeing the Liberty was fun.
Last I saw was 76. Last I saw.
I usually cheer for the sports team. I think they're getting yeah, they're extending a lot. I think Portland and Detroit. Oh, they're trying to they're trying to
Oh, to God. Okay.
They're just like you constantly.
They had an offer that was another offer that was gonna either like manage it or do the work for us. But then
Yeah, they're going to be arriving for that.
I was so into it when my
She didn't know, like, any, like, there's no lipstick, like, these are your people! Noticed it, Gabriel? Stop! Okay, so I was telling you, I was like, Tuesday is a weird thing for studs. She's like, what's a stud? I was like, well, okay, see, studs is us. Yeah, okay.
To you. You're in your truth. Bloody got to go deep.
Okay, cool.
some loyal people, and leading the charge by Town Meeting, General Ableton, Cairo Agnew, to eat hard bars confiscated from the Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Chateau War Theater, and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Jr. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the love. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner, because the revolution will not be televised, brother.
30th most important rally.
There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run, or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on the court from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on instant replay. There will be no pictures of Willie Young being run out of Harlem on the rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through what? In a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hills, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if she finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights of the $1 o'clock news and no pictures of Larry Hall women racist and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck on the rare earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a jump in your bedroom, the tiger in your cake, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with ghosts. The revolution will not fight terms and make calls bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no reload. The revolution will be live.
Hello, hello.
There's too many of me. Brother, there's far too many of me. You know to bring some love in here today. We don't need to escalate.
Hi everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Assata Shakur's Vigil. I'm so happy that y'all all came out. I know this is kind of a last minute, planning, but parents don't do these things. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. To start, I thought it would be pretty rad if I read a few, well, it's not really a few. I was gonna read Assata's letter that she actually put out from prison. It was a voice recording called To My People. And can y'all hear me okay? Yeah. Okay, great. So I thought it would be cool if I read that for us, and then we're gonna follow that by, a candle lighting and moment of silence, and we're gonna hear from some awesome speakers, and then we'll round out the service. Does that sound cool? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, great. So if you don't know, my name is Harmony Adosuwan. I'm Miss Black Vermont. Thank you. I'm also a community organizer and the owner of Harmony's Kitchen, which is that food that you're eating. And Assata Shakur really impacted me from a very young age. From a very young age, was always fascinated by the Black Panther Party and fascinated by women just like Assata. She honestly inspires my look. She inspires my activism. She inspires my voice. And yeah, when I heard that she passed, it just deeply impacted me. And I thought, you know, why not hold space for her here in the Green Mountains? Because she should be honored everywhere. Let's do it right here in Vermont. So I'm so happy that we can gather here together and do this, you know. Right now, you know, the head of the FBI is saying that we shouldn't honor Assata Shakur. They're saying that, you know, she needs to be remembered as a terrorist or a murderer. And that's not true. Assata Shakur is a freedom fighter. She's a community organizer. She's a lover. She's a mother. And her voice, her story will forever live on. Yeah. Now, one thing that is so iconic about Assata Shakur is the fact that, you know, she was in prison. She was literally in jail, you know, for years upon years for crimes that she did not commit. And she iconically escaped. And the US government never got her back. They never did. And when I tell you that the US government, for some odd reason, was so obsessed with this woman, so obsessed, so much so that back when the Pope was visiting Cuba, I believe in the 90s, the president at that time, I think it was Bush or something, he even asked the Pope to, you know, try to influence the Cuban government to bring her back. This is one woman, y'all, one woman. Donald Trump, as of recent, mind you, Assata Shakur is in her 70s at this point. Donald Trump is like, we gotta get her back, we gotta do it. And it's like, no, you never did. She died a free woman. So, though I'm sad that she passed, I am so happy that they did not get their dirty hands on my girl, okay? So, all power to that and all power to the people. So, let's, I was trying to figure out what to read, and I've been kind of struggling with sleeping lately. I don't know why I can't sleep. But in one of those moments when I was up, I decided to grab her book, and I was just flipping through, and I was like, what should I read? What should I read? And then I fell upon her letter, and it's almost as if she's speaking to us directly right now. And you'll find when I read this, you'll see that a lot of her words kind of really ring true today, which is kind of upsetting. And she voiced this in the 70s. So, but yeah, so let's hear from her and we'll go from there. To my people, July 4th, 1973. Black brothers, black sisters, I want you to know that I love you, and I hope that somewhere in your hearts you have love for me. My name is Assata Shakur, slave name Joanne Chismerd, and I am a revolutionary, a black revolutionary. By that I mean I have declared war on all forces that have raped our women, castrated men, and kept our babies empty-bellied. I have declared war on the rich who prosper on our poverty, the politicians who lie to us with smiling faces, and all the mindless, heartless robots who protect them and their property. I am a black revolutionary, and as such, I am a victim of all wrath, hatred, and slander that America is capable of. And here, you'll notice she spells America with a K purposely. Like all other black revolutionaries, America is trying to lynch me. I am a black revolutionary woman, and because of this, I have been charged with and accused of every alleged crime in which a woman was believed to have participated. The alleged crimes in which only men were supposedly involved. I have been accused of planning. They have plastered pictures alleged to be me in post offices, airports, hotels, police cars, subways, banks, television, and newspapers. They have offered $50,000 in rewards for my capture, and they have issued orders to shoot on sight and to shoot to kill. I am a Black revolutionary, and by definition, that makes me a part of the Black Liberation Army. The pigs have used their newspapers and TVs to paint the Black Liberation Army as vicious, brutal, mad dog criminals. They have called us gangsters, gun moles, and have compared us to such characters as John Dillinger and Ma Baker. It should be clear. It must be clear to anyone who can think, see, or hear that we are the victims and not the criminals. It should be clear to us by now who the real criminals are. Nixon and his crime partners have murdered hundreds of third world brothers and sisters in Vietnam, and Cambodia, Angola, and South Africa. As was proved by Watergate, the top law enforcement officials in this country are a lying bunch of criminals. The president, 2 attorney generals, the head of the FBI, the head of the CIA, and half of the White House staff have all been implicated in Watergate crimes. They call us murderers, but we did not murder over 250 unarmed Black men, women, and children, or wound thousands of others in the riots they provoked during the 60s. The rulers of this country have always considered their property more important than our lives. I'm gonna say that again. The rulers of this country have always considered their property more important than our lives. They call us murderers, but we are not responsible for the 28 brothers and inmates and 9 hostages murdered in Attica. They call us murderers, but we did not murder and wound over 30 unarmed Black students at Jackson State or Southern State either. They call us murderers, but we did not kill Martin Luther King Jr., Emmett Till, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, George Jackson, Nat Turner, and countless others. We did not murder by shooting in the back 16-year-old Rita Lloyd. They call us murderers, but we do not control or enforce a system of racism and oppression that systemically murders Black and third world people. Although Black people supposedly comprise of 15% of the total American population, at least 60% of murder victims are Black. For every pig that is killed in the so-called line of duty, there are at least 50 Black people murdered by the police. Black life expectancy is much lower than white. They do their best to kill us before we're even born. We are burned alive in fire-trapped tenements. Our brothers and sisters OD daily from heroin and methadone. Our babies die from lead poisoning. Millions of Black people have died as a result of indecent medical care. This is murder. But they have the gall to call us murderers. They call us thieves and bandits. They say we steal, but it is not we who stole millions of Black people from the continent of Africa. We are robbed of our language, of our gods, of our culture, of our human dignity, of our labor and our lives. They call us thieves, but we did not rob and murder millions of Indians by ripping off their homeland, then call ourselves pioneers. They call us bandits, but it is not we who are robbing Africa, Asia, and Latin America of their natural resources and freedom, while the people who live there are sick and starving. The rulers of this country and their flunkies have committed some of the most brutal, vicious crimes in history. They are the bandits. They are the murderers, and they should be treated as such. These maniacs are not fit to judge me, Clark, or any other Black person on trial in America. Black people should and inevitably must determine our destinies. Last page. Every revolution in history has been accomplished by actions, although words are necessary. We must create shields that protect us and spears that penetrate our enemies. Black people must learn how to struggle by struggling. We must learn by our mistakes. I want to apologize to you, my Black brothers and sisters, for being on the New Jersey Turnpike. I should have known better. The Turnpike is a checkpoint where Black people are stopped searched, harassed, and assaulted. Revolutionaries must never be in too much of a hurry or make careless decisions. He who runs when the sun is sleeping will stumble many times. Every time a Black freedom fighter is murdered or captured, the pigs try to create an impression that they have quashed the movement, destroyed our forces, and put down the Black revolution. The pigs also try to give the impression that 5 or 10 guerrillas are responsible for every revolutionary action carried out in America. That is nonsense. That is absurd. Black revolutionaries do not drop from the moon. We are created by our conditions, shaped by our oppression. We are being manufactured in droves in the ghetto places like Attica, San Quentin, Bedford Hills, and Sing Sing. They are turning out thousands of us. Many jobless Black veterans and welfare mothers are joining our ranks. Brothers and sisters from all walks of life who are tired of suffering passively make up the Black Liberation Army. There is and always will be, until every Black man, woman, child is free, a Black Liberation Army. The main function of the Black Liberation Army at this time is to create good examples, to struggle for Black freedom, and to prepare for the future. We must defend ourselves and let no one disrespect us. We must gain liberation by any means necessary. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. I would love for us to take this time to repeat that quote together, and then we'll follow that by lighting some candles and having a moment of silence. So I'll say the line, and then y'all will repeat after me. One thing about this quote is rings very special to me, and if you were part of, the Black Student Union at UVM, when I was the president there, we would end every single one of our meetings saying this exact quote. It was just our way to kind of remind ourselves to keep struggling. And when she says struggle, she means fighting. So let's keep fighting and building community and standing together. All right. So I'm gonna say one line, and then let's collectively say it together. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Thank you. All right. So let's light some candles. If you have your own, feel free. If you don't, we do have some here on the steps. We also have incense. That's definitely enough for everybody. So let's take some time and do that.
No, it's just a vigil celebration. Vigil. Yeah. V-I-G. Yeah, it's just something. Exactly.
Oh no, my wife won't. Thank you.
I'm starting to feel it.
Does everyone have a candle? Yeah. That wants a candle? Candle or incense? Or incense. We also have some extra.
Hello, awesome. So now we're just going to take this time to just have a moment of reflection, a moment of silence for Assata Shakur. Take this time to kind of think on her words that I just read, think on, who she is as a person, think about her freedom, and yeah, we'll usher the moment of silence now. Thanks, y'all. So now I would love to call up Jaina and Free Her to use this space and share some words with us all. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So I wrote something that's my preferred medium of communicating. I feel like I can get my essence fully into written pieces. So this is for Assata. To our ancestor, Assata Shakur, the collective gathers in mourning, but we refuse to lose ourselves in despair in your honor. The pain of your absence reverberates through our bodies, through our movements, through our communities. And still we choose to ground ourselves not in grief alone, but in the promise of your legacy. A legacy of struggle, of resistance, and of radical love. You taught us what it means to live truly free. And your lessons transcended not just how to keep ourselves physically free, but emulated what a liberated person looks like. A freedom that is beyond the reach of spiritual, emotional, and mental shackles. Through sacrifice, grief, and unyielding strength, you gave us a blueprint for liberation, etched in your words, your actions, your persistence, your joy, and your unwavering commitment to love. The United States tried to extinguish your fire. They wanted you buried, silenced, forgotten, but they never got their grip back on you. And that truth, that refusal to be reclaimed by the carceral state, by the empire, gives us the power and fuels our revolutions onward. It reminds us that freedom is not granted, it is taken, it is lived, it is protected. We will never forget your passionate proclamations teaching us that incarceration is modern-day slavery, a weapon of oppression against Black bodies. Your clarity that abolition is not just a dream, but a necessity, those truths live in us now and fortify our resistance. We drink in your words like medicine. They filled our heart, our spirit, our soul with the conviction needed to continue your work, to abolish these cages, to abolish this empire, to build something worthy of our people, to create a world where we experience true freedom. Your death reminds me to choose life as you always did, to love with every essence of my being as you always did. We honor you, Assata. We carry you. We fight because you fought. We live because you lived. Thank you. The struggle continues.
Let's give it up for Jaina. Thank you, Jaina. All right. Now I'm going to call up Kia. Yes. Yeah, to share some poetry with us.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. I'll let that finish while I pull up my poem. All right. Thank you all for being here. My name is Kia Ray. I'm an artist and an educator, and I have a poem that I would like to read. This poem was written using intentional language. So often when Black and brown bodies are talked about, they are dehumanized and the language is very animalistic. And so this poem attempts to reclaim that language and hopefully turn it to something else. And this is also a spell or a battle cry, as it were. So if you feel compelled, if you feel it in you, I'm so glad, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's been a long day. This is called This Feral Joy. Rise. Through curled lips, bearing bones vicious, jagged, and sharp, a guttural joy shall rise again. Rise, thrashing among the light, wild and untamed, a screaming pride from deep within that cannot be put down. No longer hushed in fear, cackling squeals rise again. Rise, pricked by thorns, only to bleed in uncivilized expressions and unyielding resilience. Hate torn to shreds and ripped apart by this feral joy. This contagious feral joy rises again. Through savage and brazen lips slip anecdotes boisterous and bold, of ferocious animalistic souls, snapping, gnawing, salivating for salvation, for sovereignty. Witness the metamorphosis, swollen and bursting with life, with rageful, aggressive grace. Jagged and full of beautiful, vicious anger, rise again. Feral and wild and swollen and torn, through curled lips is freedom born. The guttural cries pierce dead ears and unblind eyes. Rise. A violent insult, a brazen abomination to unsullied and brittle bones. Pristine, tame tones, threatened and unsettled to see us savages and uncivilized take the throne. So go, now, sully their soil, nourish the earth with this feral joy. Thank you. I have one more poem. This is my prayer or my blessing for you in the days that come, because I think what's really important right now among all of the things is that we are kind and loving to one another, and that we have compassion for each other, and that we identify and celebrate and see the light in each other. And so this poem is that for you. This is me seeing you, each and every one of you. This is called I Hope Your Flowers Bloom. From all of me to each of you, I hope this poem lifts your mood. As deep and true as the ocean's blue, I hope you find and put down roots. I hope your leaves reach up and open wide, welcoming the light as love rains down from brilliant fire skies. I hope you feel supported by the dirt beneath your toes. Sturdy, secure, and nurtured, I hope your soul forever grows. I hope the wind bends you kindly, softly swaying with the moon, to the tune of gentle birdsong, be it midnight or high noon. I hope you reap the fruits your love and labor grew, fully formed and ripened to the most vibrant, tender hues. I hope you know you're radiant. Your glow brightens this very room. Your colors make me happy in this state of gray and gloom. If not now, I hope you get to shine real soon. Because seeds sown and nurtured sprout leaves and spread out roots, the light that's within me honors the light that's within you. And I hope your wildest flowers always dare to bloom. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Kia. Thank you. And that first poem, Kia, was the exact one I was talking about.
Good.
Yeah. What is it called again?
This Feral Joy.
This Feral Joy. Awesome. Okay, great. So now I'm going to be calling up Kaya. Let's give it up. Give it up. Thank you.
Yes, we're two different people. Two different people, same spelling. Hello. I almost wish we had that poem at the end, because I kind of have to talk to you, almost testify about.
I'm happy to do it again.
We might. Assata Shakur was banished from the country that she lived in and loved and was willing to fight for and to die for expressing her beliefs and for demanding that the same level of power that's used to oppress and murder and enslave and destroy our communities, our world, are not allowed to continue to do this without any repercussions. She was asking for an unapologetic truth that we all fundamentally know, and even the greatest skeptic understands that if everyone is fed, the world is a better place, that they'll still fight against it because money, because power, because cruelty. I cannot imagine what life must have felt like for Assata, having to find refuge and home and claim Cuba as her place of rest. What I can tell you is that as someone who has always been apologetic in her political courage, ready to speak and to fight and to say real truths because we don't have time to waste, that made me a target. That made me public enemy number one by some of the most powerful people in this state. That made me the receptive space for violently racist ideologies, thoughts, wishes were sent my way. Calls for the end of my life. And I don't even claim to say that my impact has the level of power as Assata. But I also see so many Black women every day in this country hanging on to their mental health by a thread, hoping every day that they will have what it takes to get up and to do life. Because that love for the world and that love for our people, that love for our families and our communities comes at a very great cost because we are constantly fighting. We are considered so strong as an archetype that's made to dehumanize us and completely erase the very tenderness that is inevitable when you have birthed the entire damn civilization. That's a level of love, that's a level of healing, of growth, of warmth, of nurturance, of wisdom that is seen as a social pariah. And so it was so simple to twist people, to want to have her removed from the planet Earth. So she had to leave behind all she knew and loved to pour her love elsewhere. This is what happens when Black women step to the forefront. And it's not just our leaders. This is happening to women in the workplace at all levels. The data is there. I suggest you read it before it is deleted. No more women, no more Black femmes should have to fear for their lives for speaking up, for doing what we were born to do. It's not acceptable. It is unacceptable. And so know right now, as everyone is hurting, there are Black women doubling over and hoping they can get up and make another day happen. With a full face full of gorgeous smiles and a recognition of a broken heart. So if you still got them lists from when we had the pandemic and people were like giving money to Black folks, I suggest you find them Venmos and Cash Apps and get back on it, because literally, the labor that we're carrying is too heavy. It's too heavy. But we are still here. And Black women are never gonna go away.
No, that's right.
So, stop fighting us. Start hearing us, start listening to us, reinvest in us. Do not forget about us. Do not underestimate what we have taken on as a burden for our collective liberation. Thank you, Assata. All power to the people.
Thank you. Let's give it up for Kaya. Give it up. Give it up. Yeah. You know, as we honor
our ancestor Assata. We need to understand the war, and especially the economic war that is currently being waged specifically on Black women. Since January of 2025, 300,000 Black women have been laid off from their jobs. 300,000. We need to start viewing that as an act of war, because that's exactly what it is. Okay, next I would like to call up Fareed. Let's give it up, give it up.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, hello, hello. If I have to keep it real, I drove to this with the most fierce anxiety moving through my body. You know, and I'm trying to be like, okay, what is that about? What is that about? You're invited by a dear friend, Harmony. You're going to celebrate Assata Shakur. You're going to see people in the park that are familiar. But my heart was just beating so fast. And I think it's because we have to acknowledge the amount of pain, the amount of Black femme pain that has happened in this very vicinity that we are standing on, like City Hall Park, Contois Auditorium, this building. I could speak on for days and days of how Black women have felt like Assata, where we have been silenced, where targets have been put on our backs, where our careers have been stripped from us, where our ability to exist is being questioned daily on the hour. And so it's the fact that I'm coming to a place again and again that is absolutely traumatizing. And I think the survivor in me, I'm a survivor, the survivor in me can't help but feel raped and assaulted every time I come back into this park and before this building. Because a park is supposed to be a park. You like link up with the homies, you know what I mean? We come from all different walks of life. It's supposed to be good energy and love and chill, but somehow this park is just a source of so much suffering. So much suffering. And I have been inviting myself to be like, what is it that we need? Because I truly feel there's a broken heart that exists. And I think that the broken heart, it's so broken. The spirit of the broken heart is so deep because y'all have absolutely disrespected and flipped on the Black femme heart. And I think until our hearts don't feel so fragmented, we as a collective are fucked. Because what I do know is that we are always standing there at the end of the day. We are here. I look at you, Kaya, and I'm like, Kaya's life and her family was literally flipped on it because she spoke truth to power. Because she spoke honesty into the work. She held us accountable to what we said we were going to do. She reminded us of our commitments. And then what does she get for that? She gets targeted, she gets harmed, she gets pushed. She gets isolated from the community as if she's a problematic soul when, oh my God, this woman is brilliant beyond words. We are surrounded by Assatas. We are surrounded by Assatas, but we are too blind to see that we are right here. There are so many Black women and girls and non-binary folk that exist right here in this community that could use your love, that could use you amplifying them, that could use you telling them, I am just I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I see your exhaustion. I see that even though you have nothing left to give, you somehow keep showing up. I do not know how I'm standing here. I am so tired. I am a single Black mom. I run my own business. I am a check away from paying my mortgage. And just last week we were here in all these meetings trying to get answers, and we're here today. I'm so tired. We are tired. And I don't want that we have to escape from what is our home in order to find our peace. I should not have to remove myself from a system or a community that just can't be courageous enough
to love a black woman as she is. I don't know how much I can keep rebooting my system. I mean, we're magical, but we're not robots. We absolutely can break, we can fragment. And so I gotta create space from that because I deeply feel that there's such a target on black women. And then you intersect it with all the other different identities. And I have found myself actually in my head having a heartfelt conversation with myself as a black femme, a Palestinian soul, a transgender human, an elderly person, an unhoused person, and someone who is addicted. Because if we could treat those various groups with the most profound love and compassion and invite them to not just survive but thrive, this world would be able to like do its thing. Like absolutely. We are not pouring into the folks that need to get poured into. And if we don't get poured into, then we can't keep doing what we want to do. I love being a member of this community, but I'm sick of being whipped by it because I want us to be better. I want us to stay true to our commitments. It is almost 800 days and I'm still waiting for an answer for Taisha Green. We're still waiting for answers about the money for the Kemp Center. We're still waiting for all of this stuff. But what I do know is that you do not have my freedom. And what Assata showed was, there was a reflection in the autobiography, and it's like, that freedom is our growth. And we are just such profound examples of what it means to exist, to pivot, to shift, to reclaim, to double down, to show up, to uplift. That's that freedom. And there's a line in a song from Hamilton that says, raise your glass to freedom, something they could never take away, no matter what they tell you. And I hold that. Raise a glass to all of us. And tomorrow there will be more of us. There'll be more black femmes, and there'll be more trans folks, and there'll be more migrant farmers that aren't getting kidnapped in this community. There will be more of us, and we will exist, but we can't do that unless we understand the assignment. We have to commit to do this every day. It is like breathing, and lives are at stake. And I deeply thank you for taking a moment to just hear the insane thoughts that moves through my body as a black woman.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karine. Let's give it up. Give it up. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for taking the time out to, be here as we honor Assata Shakur. Thank you so much for listening to all the speakers. And thank y'all so much for speaking. Let's just give it up one more time for our speakers. I just want to say one thing. I think, we're kind of living in hard times right now, I think we can say. Pretty strange. It's like we're in the Twilight Zone almost, but not the fun episodes. But one thing that I think is going to carry us over is hope. And as long as we keep hope alive, we can keep moving forward. One of my biggest platforms as Miss Black Vermont is bringing our community together. I believe that is the only way we can truly survive, is if we stand together, despite our differences, not in values, but I mean in literal differences, because there's no such thing as differences when it comes to like racism or whatever, we can't be in community with racists. We won't be in community with racists. But yeah, I think it's really imperative for us to community build. And so, thank you. Keep showing up for your community. Keep showing up for each other. And let's just take the extra step of caring for people. Your neighbors, my neighbors today, thank you so much for being here. Like, I just really appreciate the way that y'all stepped up and really helped me out, you know, with this event. And that gives me hope for the future, you know? If we can keep showing up for one another in the littlest of ways and keep caring for the people that people tell you not to care about. Like some of the people in this park here. People tell you that they're the worst people in the world. If you go on Facebook, don't even go on Facebook. It's some of the worst things that people say. But I encourage you to care for people that are forgotten about. And that's Black women. Black women here are constantly silenced and ignored. I don't know why, but, racism. But I think if you just keep listening and keep paying attention, you know, it's what's gonna help guide you in terms of knowing what's real and fake. Because right now, a lot of things are being, you know, censored. We're not seeing a lot of stuff. Like what's happening in Portland right now, the only way you can really see that is through TikTok, really, because they're not even reporting that in the news, you know? So just stay engaged, keep building community, and let's keep censoring the most marginalized. Yeah. Our belief in and love for one another is what will see us through these times, yeah. It is what has always seen us through. One of the most disruptive things you can do today, tomorrow, and each day after that is to show compassion to someone in need. This system we are in and trying to escape from and demolish is only as strong as it is because of our loneliness, yes, and individualistic, selfish, and greedy habits and ways of being fed it. Starve the system, show compassion, connect. Literally, exactly. Yeah. Let's stand together. Let's keep standing together because we're stronger together. Awesome. Thank y'all. Thank you for coming. All right, y'all, get home safe. Grab all that extra food, you know.
And Venmo, Harmony.
Venmo food, not bombs instead. I am okay. Harmony's Kitchen, y'all. Actually, if you want to help me out, tell your peoples to come and, you know, book me. But we're doing okay. I'll tell you that. Thank you.